Hey guys, and welcome back to this requested video by Mr. Nate Caraway. So this cool fan here requested the legendary 2.7 liter EcoBoost V6 engine that has been installed for the F-150, the 2017 model and the 2018 model. This is a very impressive engine because of its small size and because it producing very good horsepower and torque for its small size. So the specs are very straightforward. It's a 6 degrees V6 engine, and yes, it's a cast iron block. I've searched the internet and it says here, and I'm quoting here, it says here like a graphite iron block. The engine block material is a compact graphite iron block. Yes, so I'm gonna say cast iron. The capacity is 83 on the millimeter on the bore and 83 also on the stroke, which equals 2694 cc, or in real English 2.7 liter V6 engine. A dual overhead camshaft with 4 valves per cylinder. Aluminium head materials, yes, it's an aluminium head. I'm not really sure. I've searched everywhere and no one has mentioned anything about if this engine contains a variable valve lift or variable valve timing, but I'm gonna say that yes, it has, because this V6 is very advanced. I mean, Ford has really made their high achievement in this engine. They worked hard on it, and it really, as you can see, it makes really good horsepower and torque. So I'm gonna say it has VVL. The internals, you will see that they are a little bit strange, and yes, they are strange because this engine, as you can see, is producing like 375 pound-feet of torque, and using normal cast pistons and connecting rods will be damaged because of this high torque. So even at +5, at first I started the engine as everything on cast +5 here, but a yellow light started to come here that the pistons and the connecting rods here are getting stressed because of the high torque. So I switched them to high heavy duty cast pistons and connecting rods with a regular cast iron crank with zero quality here, and they work just fine. Now the the compression is 10.0 to 1, which is nearly high, which is great, but not really great for a turbocharged engine. I mean, I really struggled with this engine to make the perfect 325 horsepower and 375 pound-feet of torque. I really struggled, and I will show you why. The cam profile is at 43 because Ford said that the torque starts around 3000 rpm, up to 3200 in this range. This is where the maximum, or they call it the peak torque, as they call it. So I've set the cam profile at 43, and I want to make 325 horsepower, so I made the VVL profile as sporty as possible so I can achieve the 325 mark. +4 quality, that is needed, of course, and the variable valve timing, as I mentioned before, because I think this engine is very advanced. That's why I've chose variable valve lift and variable valve timing. Turbocharger, of course, ball bearing. The intercooler is a little bit on the big size. It can support up to 511 horsepower, but I really needed that to achieve this kind of power and torque. The turbocharger itself, it's not the original turbo. No, these are not the original turbo specs. No, this is a custom turbo that I made myself. 35mm on the compressor, 30mm on the turbine. The AR ratio is 1.30, and the boost is 23 psi. So yes, it's a high boosted engine with a +5 quality. It's a direct fuel injection with a single throttle body and a standard intake, because I don't want to raise the service cost. And yes, this is not a real thing here. I'm using right now 98 octane fuel, because on 91 you will never ever never make this a kind of power and torque using 91 in automation in this game, not in real life. In real life, I think they are running on 91 because yes, here in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, I saw a lot of EcoBoost Ford Expeditions and F-150s, and yes, they are filling them with 91 octane fuel. So I think yes, Ford has managed to tune the engine perfectly to 91 octane fuel and still managed to make this kind of power and torque. But unfortunately here in automation I had to use 98 octane fuel. And please don't kill me in the comment section, tell me, oh, you shouldn't use 98 octane fuel, you should use 91 or 95. I know that, I'm really aware of that, but unfortunately in automation here it's not always like the real life. So I had to use 98 because as you can see I'm using 97.8. So forgive me in this section here. The air fuel ratio is at 13.4, also high for an eco engine. I mean, look at the mileage or the fuel efficiency is 22.5. I really wanted to see more than 22, but yep, I had to stick what I have. The ignition time is at 39. I cannot go more because of the power and torque, and it will start to knock. The RPM is at 6,000 as the real one, and the quality is +3. The exhaust is +2, dual exhaust. I think it's a single exhaust I think in the real car, but I had to use dual again. You have to forgive me here because I want to achieve the correct power and torque figures. I know that the F-150 has a single exhaust in the rear that can tilt to the right, and of course the Expedition the same way, but no, I want to make the same power and torque. So this is a dyno engine, it's not like the real engine that I'm gonna stick in the car. And I had to use a high flow 3-way Caraway converters with straight through dual mufflers. Also, this is not the real thing in the real engine. So actually Ford, they made this engine perfectly well. I'm really impressed because I really tried hard to make this engine in automation, and it was a real challenge. Because I mean in real life I had to use 91, and I tried so much using 91. I couldn't achieve nearly as this. I could not achieve like 310 pound-feet of torque. That's the maximum I could achieve with the 91 octane. So you have to forgive me in some stuff here, but I'm really impressed with this engine, even using 98 octane fuel. It's 375 pound-feet with 2325 horsepower. Sorry if I'm talking too much, but it's an amazing engine. It's a 200 kilograms engine with a 77.7 reliability points, which is amazing. The engine is clean, it's quiet, and it's responsive. Yes, 41 points for a standard daily driving road going engine. I'm really impressed also, and it's smooth somehow, because V6s are not really smooth. Inline 6s are amazingly smooth, but the V6 not so much. But I'm really impressed. 50 points is a very acceptable figure. And yes, let's see this engine and let's hear it. So this is how it looks in the game. I'm sure that it doesn't look like this in real life. Yes, and the exhaust is big. I forgot to tell you what kind of exhaust we have here. It's a 3.5 inch or a 8.9 the exhaust diameter. Yes, it's a big exhaust here. Also in real life it's not really big. Yes, I mean this engine, it's not like the real one, but I got really close to it. I really got close. So let's hear it. Look, look and listen to it. Smooth, yummy, and also quiet, like the real one. And look at the pistons. They're very slow. Actually, it's idling at 700 RPM, and it's making right now at 700 at idle 140 pound-feet of torque. Amazing. I wanted to listen to the boost, because when it hits like 20 psi, the boost will be so sharp it will just bleed your ears. Listen. I'm really also impressed that when the RPM reaches like 6000 RPM, and when there's a transmission, and this transmission has been like tuned perfectly to change without dropping the RPM aggressively, the boost actually will keep on going. That will keep the torque and the power going. I like that so much. I will demonstrate. Look, I wanted to see the RPM when it reached like the maximum RPM, which is 6000, and drop. If the gearbox makes the engine RPM drops smoothly, not aggressively, the blow off valve will not kick in, and the boost will keep on coming, which is amazing. Listen. As I mentioned before, yes, if you saw that when I dropped the RPM smoothly, because I think the Expedition and the F-150 has like an automatic transmission, of course, but if they are tuned perfectly, the torque and the power will keep on coming. That's amazing. But of course, if you release your foot on the pedal, of course the blow-off valve will kick in. Just listen to this. Amazing. I'm really impressed with this engine, so kudos to Ford, and I'm really impressed about this engine, and I'm now really excited to try one and drive one in real life. I mean, I'm not really an Expedition fan. It's a very common car here. Oh my god, there are like hundreds of thousands, millions here of Ford Expeditions here, especially the V8 version, before the EcoBoost version. But a lot of people these days are buying the EcoBoost versions of many Ford cars. I've seen a lot of Mustangs EcoBoost, a lot of Expeditions, F-150s. What else? I think not else. I'm not sure, but yes, and the EcoSport and the. I don't really follow the new cars of Ford, but these are the cars that I'm seeing every day on the street. So thank you so much, Mr. Let me just check your name. Sorry if I forgot it. Mr. Nate Caraway. Thank you so much for this cool request. And I'm sorry if it took so long, but it's an amazing engine and I'm really impressed with it. So if you enjoyed the video, guys, just smash that like button, smash it hard, of course. And if you are new to the channel and you like my videos and you have watched all my previous videos, remember, smash that like button. Don't just watch the video and just run away. Press the like button and it will be an amazing thing. And of course, if you are not a subscriber, consider subscribing and smash that subscribe button, smash it hard and push it. And it will be really nice if you can push the notification bell so you can get a notification when I release a new video. So I will see you with another request very soon, because I'm looking at the comments here and I'm seeing a lot of cool requests, and I will begin to make them very soon. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I will see you very soon with another video, and goodbye.